folks, today I'd like to walk you through Insert Learning. Insert Learning is a tool that allows you to take online readings and make them interactive. So first I'm going to go to my Insert Learning dashboard, and I can log straight in by creating my free account. In order to build a lesson, I need to find an article that I want to utilize online. Once I find my article, I'm going to scroll through, and as you can see on an article from Forbes magazine, there's a lot of pop-ups and banners. In order to clean up this website, I'm going to click this extension called Refine, which looks like this little diamond. Once I click that, as you can see, those pop-ups and almost all of the advertisements and images have gone away. Now I'm going to be able to use this lesson with Insert Learning, which is linked right here. Now I'm going to go up to my Insert Learning extension, and then I'll be able to begin to build my lesson from there. Now, my Insert Learning extension bar is going to allow me to add additional questions to this reading. I have my highlighting text, so I could highlight specific things that I want students to read. Students will also be able to have a highlighting tool on their individual assignment. I can insert a sticky note, which is great for embedding videos, like YouTube videos that could complement the reading. I can also type direction notes for my students. The way to make it more interactive is to insert questions as well. So as I'm reading this, I might choose to ask a follow-up question to my students about the reading. It gives me and provides me with several sentence stems that I can embed into the questions. I can also make up my own questions. So I'm going to go with a already created sentence stem that says, skim the text, what's the purpose for this reading? So students will be able to then respond to that question. I can also make a multiple choice question. So if I want to insert a question here, I can ask something along the lines of, what is active listening? Now, once I create the question, I have the option of making this free response or multiple choice. If I wanted to make this a multiple choice question, I would hit save, and then I can add in additional prompts. After I have my questions, which obviously I'm just pasting this from Google, I would be able to select what the correct answer is, and then students would be able to answer the multiple choice question, and that question would be graded automatically. So free response questions you'll have to manually grade, but those multiple choice questions will grade themselves. Other options that I have here, as you can see, I can assign this to students. If we were using Google Classroom, it syncs nicely. If not, you can assign to students and copy a link over and paste that into any LMS that you're using. Once you hit assign, that group of students will then populate into your Insert Learning dashboard. Other options that I have, I can share this lesson with other teachers, so it's a great collaborative tool. I can view and preview this lesson as a student just to make sure that my students are able to access the questions that I want them to access. And I can also print lessons, which is great for differentiation. In case you're teaching a blended class where you might see students face-to-face as well as online, it gives them that option as to how they can complete an assignment. And it's great to build an interactive reading assignment because these boxes will populate, and if you print them out, the students will have a place to write their answers. Now, let's take a look at the dashboard. Here is my dashboard. When I'm in my dashboard, and I'm going to go to an old assignment that I've had, I'm going to, again, have the option to share. I can edit the information. I can also delete the assignment itself. I only get 5 free lessons, so if I want to create a new lesson, I would have to delete that. If I want to grade my lessons, this is where once I sync my classes, I can select my specific class. I can select the lesson in which was assigned, and as you can see here, I can scroll through and I can grade all of my students at once. I can look at their responses and provide them direct feedback. I can also insert their grades so that students can have points. So I can grade by question. I can also grade by individual students. In case I had a student that completed an assignment late, or I wanted to provide students with an opportunity to go back and revise, I have all of those options right here. You can see the classes that I've had before. These classes were synced with Google Classroom, but however, you can create a class simply by sharing out that link with your LMS that you are using as well. The public library is super nice because it allows you to view and find Insert Learning lessons that teachers have already shared and collaborated. You can also publish your own lessons to the public library, which gives you free and additional lessons that you can create. Again, you can have up to 5, but every time you share to the public library, you can have an additional lesson as well. So there's a lot of really great resources here for you, a lot of great examples, and it's a great way to make those online reading assignments more interactive and to check for comprehension along the way. Going back to this Insert Learning activity and lesson, this is again really great for you to insert those questions and really ask students some meaningful information about their reading. It's easy to grade. You can play with point values. You could also delete questions and modify as you go through different classes and have different students. So I hope you enjoy Insert Learning and play around with this pretty amazing tool.